billionaires travel the world in some of the wildest ways I've ever heard of. Taylor Swift can straight up shut down the sky when she travels. And Elon Musk hates being in public so much that he gets entire restaurants flown to him. But the security these guys get when they move is even crazier. Like Trump has an entire fleet of decoy planes, and Kim Jong-un only travels in a moving fortress. This is how the richest billionaires secretly travel. And Drake goes on trips by using a literal bat cave. Because when you're famous for being called a pedophile, you gotta avoid the public at all costs. So when Drake travels, he's got an exclusive terminal set up for his private jet at every airport. But Drake's private jet is actually a private Boeing 767 called Air Drake, so it's pretty easy to spot. And if you're wondering why you still don't see him at any airports, it's probably thanks to Delta Airlines, because Delta invented a secret travel option called VIP Select just for celebrities. They'll check you in at the curb, escort you through a literal tunnel, and drive you to your plane in a Porsche shuttle, even though the light-skinned legend probably used this thing to meet up with Millie Bobby Brown. It's coming in clutch for him now. But everyone else in this video takes secret travel to another level, because Bezos has a fleet of robots protecting him at all times. And it's not the only thing he's got a fleet of, because when he travels, he can choose from 4 private jets and 2 helicopters. Dude could recreate dogfights with all his planes. And they're all flown to his private terminals and hangars all around the country, so he could just drive straight onto the runway and take off. But private hangars aren't the only reason you never see him traveling, because he's also got 24/7 drone surveillance, just to minimize any threats. You'd think he's a goddamn president with that level of security. And when he really wants to go off the grid, he takes his pumped and filled supermodel girlfriend onto his $500 million yacht. They spent literal months on this thing every year, and you never know, because he's allowed to turn off all tracking to his yacht, so he's basically invisible on a map. But the richest man in India doesn't care if you search for him, because with Mukesh Ambani's covert protection, he makes sure you never find him. Mukesh likes to fly private, but fuck a private jet. That shit is a dead giveaway to being loaded. So to make sure he's not noticed by anyone, he bought a Boeing 737. And it's not just some generic ass commercial plane with seats that go back 2 inches. He's got this thing remodeled in Switzerland, and now people are calling it a 7-star hotel in the sky. It's got a bar, master bedroom, ensuite bathroom, executive office, and lounge space. You could deadass host a business meeting, family reunion, and birthday party at the same time in this thing. And if that's not enough, he's also got a Bombardier Global 600 and Airbus A319, just in case he gets bored of hiding from the public. But when he's on the ground, that's when the real secrecy comes out, because this dude never leaves his house without a full-on convoy. When he's got his family with them, each person rides in a different car with a decoy hidden throughout the rest of the 16-vehicle fleet. And this lineup is actually sick. He's got 2 Land Rovers, a Range Rover Vogue, BMW X5, an armored BMW 7 Series, 3 Rolls Royces, 2 Maybachs, a Ferrari 812, a Bentley Flying Spur and Bentayga, Lamborghini Urus, Ferrari Stradale, and an Aston Martin Rapide. Oh yeah, he also made all them bulletproof. Bro could make his own Fast and Furious movie with this shit. But surprisingly, even with all that hardware, Mukesh isn't that paranoid, unlike other billionaires on here. Mukesh loves to travel, but he definitely likes privacy. Because when he went to Switzerland, he stayed at the Bergenstock Resort, which is basically like a 5-star hideout for the rich. I mean, it's literally advertised as having unparalleled privacy. And when he's in the Maldives, he stays at a place literally called Soneva's Secret, a place where each villa comes with its own personalized security team. But he doesn't even need to buy the Maldives boof-ass security, because he's got something no other billionaires can even buy: Z Plus Security. This is just India's version of the Secret Service, and is normally reserved for government officials. But Mukesh is literally him. So even though he's just some rich guy, he's got 24/7 surveillance from 55 NSG commandos, trained in MMA and armed with MP5s. Bro has a whole ass army rolling with him, but he's pretty easy to spot with that John Wick protection. Mark Zuckerberg, on the other hand, is so paranoid, he keeps himself completely off the grid. Because Zuck drops bags on security, like 25 mil a year type bags. He's got AI controlling his home, bulletproof windows, and a full team of elite bodyguards on his 5 residences. And when he steps out of his Palo Alto palace, he's got 24-hour protection at work and when he's on the move. They even accompany him on his Gulfstream G650 when he's going on an escape outside of California. And when they're at the airport, he's not sitting at gate 53 eating a dry sandwich. Nah, Zuck can take full advantage of VIP services, like access to the Windsor Suite at Heathrow Airport. This place was straight up made for royalty, but is now repurposed for billionaires. He can get a butler to escort him and an unlimited supply of Dom Perignon. And if he's hungry, he can pair it with the full 3-course meal made by a Michelin-starred chef. Bro's doing way too much just to avoid screaming kids in an airport. But he does even more to avoid tourists on vacation, because he mainly goes to Hawaii, the ultimate tourist spot. And it's not even hard for him to move secretly there, because he's got a literal army and bunker But Hawaii's still too visible for Zuck, so he went to Vietnam for Christmas, which you definitely never heard about. That's because Vietnam has deadass banned Facebook. If he wanted to disappear that badly, he could have just turned off his location services. But while Zuck's out here trying to play hide and seek, Taylor's got a cheat code for secret travel. And I'm being so for real when I say that she's got presidential level secrecy. Taylor Swift, of all people, has even tighter travel security than Zuck though, and he has a bunker. She spent $30 million locking down her privacy, more than any other artist in history. She's got 20 bodyguards with her around the clock, and 60 more waiting to be called on, and they each make $1,100 per day. The elite 20 even come with her on private jets, whether she's flying to another city or to the bathroom. But when she's touring, her team turns every city into a temporary fortress. She is one of the most famous people in the world though, so she can't escape all the paparazzi, but the lengths they go to keep her location a secret is unreal. For starters, everyone on her team only uses walkie-talkies to prevent recorded calls. They clear the venue and the area around it days before she even arrives. They vet every surrounding building, use decoy limos, and there's even talk of no-fly zones surrounding her location. Only presidents get that kind of security. All this for someone who makes high-budget ukulele girl music. But Taylor's so big, she's even got people tracking her flight logs. So the FAA just made new legislation to lock public access to private jet logs, probably just because of her. And if not because of her, she's 100% taking advantage of that. Can't be caught taking a 12-minute flight in this economy. But Taylor's PR problems are embarrassing, compared to a guy who's wanted dead by the whole world. And Kim Jong-un's travel routine is so psycho. There's one safety precaution he takes that no other world leader would even think about, because this man does not trust the outside world. Since taking power in 2011, Kim has only visited 5 countries: China, South Korea, Vietnam, Singapore, and Russia. That's it. Makes sense when most of it either sanctions him, is afraid of him, or straight up wants him dead. So when he does leave home, he does it in a way that no one can see him. He refuses to fly. So instead, Kim rolls across Asia in a 21-car armored train. And this thing deadass looks like Snowpiercer. It's got bulletproof windows, bomb-resistant floors, and over 100 guards riding shotgun. And he's got a theme for each car of the train too. There's one with a private office and satellite comm systems, a luxury dining car, a reception car for guests, one for his bedroom, a whole separate car for his bathroom, troop sleeper cars, and even a conference room car with pink leather chairs for official meetings. Because above all else, Kim is one of the girls. But Kim is also ready for war at any time mid-ride, because the train is loaded with guns, air defense missiles, anti-tank weapons, and even a helicopter in case he needs to bail. Sounds sick until you realize this thing maxes out at 37 miles per hour. My 2000 Prius can move faster than this thing. And when you got an entire army and a floating steakhouse on board, speed doesn't really matter. When Kim's not using this tank on tracks to travel to other countries, he's using it to travel between houses, including his most secretive, the Wonsan compound. This Bond villain palace is so protected that you can only see it from satellite images. But from what we've heard, he's got a pretty sick setup there. This place has a main luxury villa, guest villas on the beach, a private harbor, $7 million yacht, shooting range, theater, basketball court, and of course, a private train station. But if he's not traveling out of sight or going under the radar at home, he's meeting with world leaders. And Kim Jong-un always stays strapped. With a portable toilet? Yeah, for real. One of his guards has deadass said that Kim doesn't want anyone to collect information related to his health by taking a sample of his excretion. And through that, plot to kill him. Probably not the type to shit with the door open. And while Kim's guarding the door to his bathroom, Putin's making sure no one even knows which version of himself is in there. Because with the way Putin travels, it's almost impossible to tell how many Putins there are. His entire system is about confusion, concealment, and control. Before he even sets foot anywhere, a security team gives him the Taylor Swift treatment and scouts the area months in advance. They check everything from terrain to weather to public opinion. And if Putin's staying in a place that he doesn't own, security kicks everyone out and fixes the place with jamming devices. So you literally never know where he is, or if he's moving between places. And when he does move, he's got bodyguards carrying bulletproof briefcases, like they're Captain America. But on the road, he doesn't fuck around, because he's got a military-sized convoy. He's got decoy vehicles, armored vans, and a motorcade stacked with Spec Ops soldiers, holding AKs, grenade launchers, and portable anti-air missiles. Literally Mission Impossible level secrecy. And if that convoy isn't enough to hide it, Putin also owns 20 cribs, 58 planes, and 8,700 cars, so he can move anywhere without a trace. He gets his meals taste tested, and just like Kim, he keeps his waste to himself. But he takes it even further, cause his guards dead ass collect and fly his shit back to Russia. Bro is practicing nuclear warfare in a stall, and don't trip, all that is insane. But where it gets really crazy is when we talk about Putin and other Putin. In 2023, Putin went to the front lines in Ukraine, but did he? Because someone who looked exactly like him was doing public appearances back in Russia at the same time. So there's a legit theory that Russians even believe that Putin has started using body doubles. Imagine being sent to war just because you look like someone. That body double had terrible spawn RNG. Meanwhile, Trump's out here raw dogging public appearances like he's invincible. You know, Trump could probably learn a thing or two about using body doubles like Putin. But Trump's already got more secret travel plans than every other world leader combined. Because back in 2011, Trump bought a Boeing 757-200 and transformed it into what he calls Trump Force One. And it's basically a flying penthouse. It's got 24-karat gold plating, leather seats, a private dining room, guest room, and of course a master bedroom. With an entertainment system and shower. He probably just looked like he was getting on a Delta flight. Not a fucking mansion in the sky. But now that he's president again, he can get real sneaky with the Secret Service. Because they don't just move him in silence, they run entire operations for him. After he got shot, they launched something called Operation Ghost Flight. They used goddamn decoy Air Force Ones to conceal which one he was on. I didn't even know they had more than one. And that's just in the air. On the ground, they add even more layers. When Trump goes on the move, he rides in the bomb-proof presidential limo inside a convoy. So to hide that, the Secret Service made a full other decoy convoy. And inside the actual convoy, they had a shit ton of decoy vehicles. Oh, my brain hurts. Before he travels, just like Putin, the Secret Service also does full site scouting months in advance. And on top of that, they scout and monitor his houses whenever he leaves the White House. They clear rooftops, monitor nearby buildings, and deploy counter sniper teams. I don't even know how effective those are though. They didn't exactly catch that bullet in Pennsylvania. And Trump's under so much surveillance. He even moved his inauguration indoors. At first they said it was for weather, but it turned out it was for survival. But while Trump is protecting his life, Elon's out here protecting his reputation. Because Elon's favorite secret hangout in Europe is an interesting pick to say the least. So he literally uses a code name when he travels to hide his whereabouts. He says it's Voyager, but come on, the real one gotta be way more cringe than that. When Voyager pulls up anywhere, he's got up to 20 bodyguards with him. Some of them are armed, some are medically trained, but all of them are mapping out escape routes 24/7. We're talking every room, every street, every building. They probably even got secret tunnels underneath the city for him. I mean, this dude literally gets escorted to the bathroom at Twitter HQ. Just in case someone tries to clap him midstream. But since he got tight with Trump, his security leveled up hard, because he's now got a deputized team, which means he doesn't just have bodyguards anymore. He's got government protection, and that's just the people. Elon also flies privately, and now, thanks to Taylor Swift's FAA bill, he can hide his jet from tracking. Bro can fly around the world twice in one day, and you'll never know it, until he tweets about it. But he was spotted at Cheval Blanc in Saint-Tropez, which is a hotel you probably never heard of, because you gotta be rich to stay here. The breakfast is bougie, the dinner is Michelin starred, and it's so private. There's only 30 rooms total. And since this place is on the beach, he used his buddy's yacht to get around. He might have even used it to go to dinner completely out of sight, on the ocean, because when you're a billionaire, you can't eat in public without a camera in your face. So there's a legit service to fly 3D printed restaurants for you to eat on a sand shelf off the coast of wherever you're staying. And you know Elon would do some shit like that just cause he can. But when Elon travels, he doesn't just stay at a hotel all day. He actually gets up to some interesting activities, like trying to get into Berghain in Germany. But the bouncer took one look at this dude and closed the door in his face. But he didn't give up. He partied in Berlin all night. And the reason you didn't see him was cause he was in the VIP lounge in his favorite club, the Kit Kat Club. Yeah, deadass. Bro went to an underground German leather fetish and kink club for his big bender in Europe. To each their own, I guess.